I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm gonna try this live thing. See how Esau feel about it. But nevertheless, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh by Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone for pushing this truth. The book of Romans, chapter 4, verse 1. What shall we say then? That Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found. For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath whereof to glory, but not before God. So Abraham our father, according to the flesh, found favor in God's eyes. Abraham received the promise. And the God of heaven and earth cannot break his word. He's bound by his word. Now, some of the I just thought about the curses in Deuteronomy 28. I never really go over them. When I first came into the truth, well, I didn't really come into the truth until I started hearing from GMS, but when I first came into learning about the Israelites, IUIC would always talk about Deuteronomy 28. They spoke about it so much, I didn't want to hear about it anymore. I said I got to hear something else, because I said I got to listen to somebody else, because that's all y'all talking about, is Deuteronomy 28. And the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 1, therefore thou shalt love the Lord thy God, and keep his charge and his statutes and his judgments and his commandments always. Now our father Abraham, according to the flesh, passed down the Lord's statutes and commandments of Yahweh, all right, of the God of heaven and earth. And until this day, we transgress. To this day, we malfunction, we go off. It's like it's down a little bit. To this day, you right, fam. To this day, we malfunction, we go off, and well, if you want to be specific, we could blame that on the women, because since the 60s and 70s, the women have put the men out the household, or put multiple men out of the household, because women have all your grandmas got children by different men. Your mother got children by different men, and you got children by different men, 9 out of 10. All right? And if you don't, we come into days where a lot of women are about to get raped, so you'll probably be pregnant again by a child with different men. I was thinking earlier when it said men's hearts failing from fear. Oh, no, that's not it. But I was thinking when why do I see every man grabbing his loins like a woman in Chevelle? Roughly paraphrasing, I was thinking of men gonna be doing that just because the STDs they're gonna be catching. All right, they're gonna be crying and sighing and just basically wishing they was dead. It's gonna get bad out here. So Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 1, therefore thou shalt love the Lord thy God, and keep his charge and his statutes and his judgments and his commandments. So a lot of people always want to focus on the 10 commandments, but as it is written, keep his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments. Judgments as far as what Polite did. He's not polite. Judgments as far as what Esau Edom is doing. Judgment as far as what the women are doing. Judgment as far as what the men are doing. All right? And the children age 12 and up. What's up with you, bro? And the children age 12 and up. Huh?
How you been, man?
Been alright. Always
pleasure, bro.
Yeah.
I see you got that good book on your hand.
Yeah, I'll be out here for an hour if you want to come. If you're not busy, I'll still be out here.
Okay, that's cool. You right here?
Yeah.
Nah, word.
Yeah. Just go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I got you.
All right.
Always a pleasure, bro.
You too, brother. You still got the number, right?
I want to get it perfect in though. Because I got it in my car on. It ain't like that. I messed it.
Yeah, you can get it. I'll write it down or something. I'll put it in the phone. So Deuteronomy.
You know, look, I don't have my contact shit set up. When? 443?
Nope. I got it. I'm typing in. Okay. That's the spirit, because I was just walking around for 15 minutes trying to figure out where to stop at.
Oh, that's okay. Right before.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah,
good.
so I was, now I know it's 526.
I was walking all around trying to figure out where to stop at. It's good to see you.
Oh, what you like?
Yeah.
I told her about you all the time.
We gonna talk.
We always talk about the Lord.
It's a mattress store of Caton. I'm trying to start something. The store's already there. We gonna talk.
Okay.
We gonna talk about a lot of stuff, brother.
All right, big bro.
It's lucky, y'all. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 2. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children, which have not known. All right, so a lot of our children have not known. And you can blame that on the women too, because the women raised us. I remember one time, I was out in New York, I was out Crown Heights, and my cousin, she was like, yeah, my baby daddy lived down there by you. And I met this brother. Actually, Yaiqab used him, because in my mind, I was already gonna shoot the first two so-called black people. I ain't never. Jake and Eve, they've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never tear their ass up like I wanted to. So when this situation occurred, and I had left camp, something just said, you know what, man, just talk to the brothers about what's heavy on your heart. And I got cut off by what's up with you, brother? Right. You know you Israelite? So the word is definitely getting out. It's definitely getting out. But what happened was, my cousin, she was like, yeah, my blah blah blah, I got a brother down there, live out by you, he out Maryland, and he with that Israelite stuff, right? Something like that, right? I was like, what the hell is that? It's like, I ain't never heard of that. She was like, good. Don't. She was like, they bugged out. Right? But I didn't think about that till today, till yesterday, because it's always been playing in my mind like, damn, he looked just like his brother. But not really, but he really do. And I heard about him already. But the thing is that, you know, the word is getting out, the truth is getting out, some of the truth is getting out. And not all children have heard. All right? Not all children have heard. And it's strange to think that him and I share the same niece and nephews. Little rock. But it's like that doesn't mean that our niece and nephews have even heard. Now, of course, they have the chance because of uncles, but you know, you're going against the wind, you're going against the current, you're swimming against the current when the mother and father disagree with what the uncles, with one uncle from the father's side and one uncle from the mother. And I'm not even saying that this might even be the same, this might even be that actual brother, but god damn, if it ain't, it must be. You know, and that's just the beauty of the Lord. You don't gotta roll your eyes when you see me.
I ain't roll my eyes.
You heard about the Israelites?
I have.
Alright, sis. So yeah, the word is getting out, man. The word is getting out. Deuteronomy 11:2. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children, which have not known. All right, so somebody's children, you just seen Jake, you just seen Eve. Somebody's children, they have known. Now, they may not have known the whole truth, but a spark is enough to create a fire. All right, what's going on, brother? A spark is enough to create a fire. Deuteronomy 11:2. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children, which have not known, and which have not seen this chastisement of the Lord your God, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm. All All right, so when I read chastisement, I thought about the curses. Right? Now we in a time period of miracles. We're seeing the miracles just by even the so-called UFOs, the apparitions, the signs in the sky, the moon turning red, blue moons left and right. A blue moon is 2 full moons within the so-called Esau's calendar, month calendar cycle. It's like Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And the whole world has seen the curses overcome and overtake the 12 tribes of Israel. But today, because of so many different marriages, and you can't just say you're an Israelite because of skin tone. All right, there's Israelites who identify as Jewish, there's Israelites who identify as European, there's Israelites who identify as white, but they don't know they're Israelites. They think they're white, they think they're Jewish, but it goes back to the bloodline and the covenant made with the seed of Abraham. All right, and that's over 5,000 years ago. So how in 5,000 years can you tell which father you came from? Right? You can't go by skin tone to tell if you're an Israelite. It's impossible. All right? How you doing? All right. So let's get into some props. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. All right, and the reason we have to run that race with patience, we're in the time of prophecy. Right? This is the time that we're in. We're in the time of the race. Take K or whatever his name was. Right? TKKK. It's the race. We're in the time of the race. Right? And he that endures to the end shall be saved. Saved from what? Saved from the famine that's coming. Saved from the pestilence that's coming. Saved from the earthquakes in diverse places. Saved from the tempest, the storms, the flash floods. Saved from the robot dogs. Saved from the robot soldiers. All right, saved from the unrighteous decrees. All right, as pursuant to the scriptures. The scripture speaks of woe to those who write unrighteous decrees. All right, so there's a lot to be saved from. You're running a race to be saved. And that, as it is written, the race is not for the swift, but for those that can endure. All right, this is all prophecy. This is all prophecy. And the sad thing about it is that if the whole world, if every race knew that they had a chance to be an Israelite, it wouldn't be so much confusion. But the Jewish people have to keep that a secret so that they could have their pyramid, their pyramid scheme going on. All right, because whoever runs the banking cartel runs the world. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cartels on earth. All right, you have the kidnapping cartel. All right, that's why so many people are missing. It's a kidnapping cartel. It's a drug cartel, a street drug and pharmaceutical. It's a banking cartel. All right. Why? Because there are those that have devised iniquity and mischief upon their beds. The book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence. So when it's in the power of their hand, it doesn't matter if it's their left hand or their right hand. All right, it's the power of their hand means they have the strength to do it. All All right. If they didn't have any power in their hand, it didn't matter if there was their left hand or the right hand. The hand has no strength in it. Right. But they have the power in their hand to do the things that they do. All right. And what do? Micah 2:2. And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So everybody's thinking that they have some sort of security in their house, right? I was thinking about this today. I was like, literally, a house is nothing more than a tent. You're really not safe in a tent. You're really not safe in a house. Unless you have a community, and this is what bugged me out when I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, we in the wilderness and we camping in the tent. You still, the tents on the outside, they're the bravest. That's the perimeter. It could be wild beast, it could be wild person. You're on the perimeter, all right? That's the most dangerous place. So it doesn't matter if you're in a high rise, it doesn't matter if you're in a single family or a row house. You are literally in a tent by yourself because it is not a community. It is not a camp. Picture a bunch of tents or a campground. And you're not on a campground with everybody collectively securing the premises, the campground. You're on a tent by yourself. All right? And Esau is about to take your house by violence. All right? Doing righteous decrees and so forth. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And what's going on with the... First of all, to govern means you're in control. So if the government is not in an uproar, beating each other up, because you have different, I'm not gonna call them parliaments, you have different people that assemble together in their respective country to run the country, and they have all-out fist fights because they're serious about what's going on with their country, with their economy, with their citizens, and they have all-out fist fights in their chambers. But over here in America, the shit's going to shit, and there ain't nobody even batting an eye. Nobody even throwing a shoe. George Bush went over somewhere, and they threw a shoe at his ass. But over here, nobody throws a shoe, all right? Nobody waterboards, nobody does nothing. Oh, man. You want to know why? Because the hand has joined in hand, all right? Right? The wicked shall not go unpunished. Right? As it is written, how can two walk together except they be agreed? Now let's go to Amos and get that. How can two be together except they be agreed? So with all of this drama that's going on within the country, how can they not be in an uproar with each other? How can they not be in an uproar with each other? How can they not be in an uproar with each other? Stick with the prophecies. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 9. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. All right, so we're coming into some evil times. You don't think that can happen? Sound like a fairy tale, right? Excuse me. It sounds like a fairy tale, right? But the scriptures reads that the sun races across the sky. So behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I would... Damn, it's a lot. Something biting. The book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day, and I will turn your feast into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation. Lord willing, there will be no Christmas this year. Now the Suez Canal, not Suez Canal, the Panama Canal is drying up so bad that, and remember, the Christmas toys come from China. A lot of Christmas toys aren't being able to come to the country. All right, and you might have your Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I had one when Snoop came out, Method Man and all that. You might have your Charlie Brown Christmas tree and all that, but you ain't gonna have no little yellow bird bringing you gifts and stuff like that. We don't know what's gonna happen. All right, but your feast days will be turned into mourning. Your what is it? Thanksgiving days, Turkey Day. Your favorite meal, that's one of the favorite meals in jail. Turkey Day. Your Thanksgiving Day, that's about to be out the window. All right, so what is it? Your sweet baby white, your sweet angel back baby, rib eating Jesus, imaginary Jesus birthday, December 25th. That's about to be thrown out the window. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The scriptures reads, Amos chapter 8 verse 10, and I will turn your feast into mourning and all your songs into lamentation. First of all your songs are garbage. All right? I gotta listen to, if I'm listening to your music, I gotta listen to somebody talking about sleeping with somebody else's woman all day long. All right? In certain cities, it's 7-1, women to men. Now, I know a lot of women fat, or a lot of women are real bony, or they might have a bunch of bumps on their face, or it might be some sort of itchy vagina or vaginosis, or she just might be a lazy bitch. Like, I get it, right? The other man girl ain't lazy, and she don't got the issues. That's why she got a man and a husband, right? But you got to be a bum-ass celebrity to have to sleep with another man's wife, man. Why do you think the security guard slept with Steve Harvey's wife? Because he's the security guard. Did you see any other celebrity trying to sleep with Steve Harvey's wife? No. But the security guard, yeah, you could picture that. All right, these celebrities are losers. They're losers. The book of Amos chapter 8, verse 10, and I will turn your feast into mourning and all your songs into lamentation. Ain't no Jingle Bell Rocks. That shit's about to be dead. And I will bring up sackcloth up upon all your loins, Salakia. And I will turn your feast in the morning and all your songs into lamentation. And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins. Upon all loins. Male, woman, small, great. I will bring sackcloth upon all loins. Everybody about to be looking bummy out here, man. And baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the morning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. And when it said and baldness upon every head, it made me think about like all the pestilences, whether it be lice, fleas, ticks, and so forth. You know, men, you know, someone might think it's a woman, and then they'll, like women will probably shave their head to try not to look like a woman, and men will probably shave their head to try not to look like a woman, because a woman is basically going to be a dollar bill. I was watching one of the preppers today, and he said it out his mouth himself. He said, people are going to be trading women. He said, your neighbors, basically, oh my God, he basically brought out Sega Ezra's. You people have, see, preppers, the Lord put it on the prepper spirit to sound off trumpets and to do the news reporter's job of the that Fox 5 ain't doing. And the preppers also, the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, activated preppers so that it could coincide with the scriptures and the prophecies. Right. The book of Amos chapter 8, verse 10, and I will turn your feast in the morning, your feast, your holidays, your feast, or even your regular dinner. All right? Or even your regular dinner, your feast. think you got something, you think you stockpile food? You turn your feast into mourning. And I will bring and all your songs into lamentation. Lamentation is mourning. And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. You women don't understand the mourning of a man's son. For one, you don't give a damn about the man's son. You wanna know how I know? From experience. My father's wife loved me so much because she loved my father. She didn't care I came from another woman. She loved him so much that she looked at me and treated me like every time she saw me, she saw a brand new baby coming out the womb. That's how much my father's wife loved me. You women don't love those children because you don't love that man. You tolerate those children. The book of Amos, chapter 8. The end of Amos, chapter 8, verse 10. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. So prepare for bitter days. And prepare for verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, even though that's coming. All right, the prices of bread is about to go up tremendously. Everything is made from wheat and barley. The price of beer is about to go up tremendously. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. All right, so when it says hearing the words of the Lord, that means you got to hear the truth. See, anybody could run up and down the street talking about some, that's why it is prophesied when they say, lo, go to the mountains, don't believe them. All right, people are always going to be talking about the word of the Lord until Yahweh comes back. But there's going to be a famine on the word of the Lord. All right, the prophet's tongue is going to cleave to the roof of his mouth, as it is written. Right, that prophecy will be fulfilled. Coming in the days of all prophecies being fulfilled. Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Right? They shall not find it. What they say, the game is to be sold, not to be told. But this ain't no game. The scripture says, buy the truth and sell it not. Right? You shouldn't have to buy the color purple to learn the truth. You shouldn't have to buy the color black to learn. You shouldn't have to be forced or coerced into the truth. To be simply put, to the best of your ability, make not the ministry blameless. So by that being said, look decent. Look respectable. Coming into the hour of temptation. The book of James, chapter 13. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. So who is the one that's going to tempt everybody to buy, sell, or trade with this microchip? It ain't God. It's Esau, Edom. All right? The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. First Peter, chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as Yahweh HaMashiach, who the world calls Christ, have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. So as we come into this hour of temptation, we have to arm ourselves likewise to suffer. All right? Damn, suffer in the flesh. I just thought of the extremities that he was I was going to say summoned to endure. It's like not that he was forced to endure. What was that? First Peter 4. First Peter 4:1. For as much then as Christ hath suffered for us in the flesh, not Most High Christ and blessed. All right? Hamashiach means Christ, the anointed one. Yahweh Shai means he is the deliverer, he saves. And he's only going to deliver the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's only going to save a remnant, 1/3. 2/3 shall be cut off and die. Cut off from what? All right? Cut off from Yahweh Shai's salvation. Right? But not cut off from the promises. Promise to Abraham. So the whole question is how bad do you want your death to be? Or how bad do you want your salvation? 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as Yahweh Shai have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men. So are we supposed to live the rest of our time in what? The spirit. Right? We're supposed to live out the rest of our time in the spirit. We're supposed to worship in spirit and truth, not worship in flesh. Right? We're supposed to worship in spirit and truth. Who are we at? 1 Peter 4:2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. All right? The will of America, or whatever country you live in. It's not the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, especially if you're in the land of Jerusalem. You're going off the cliff head first into the lake of fire. Even though you're over there, you should fly over here and just invest. I was out the Virgin Islands, and the Amalek got a store right by the airport, the Cecil Airport, and I was St. Thomas, and I'm in the corner store. I'm in his store, and I'm at the counter. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, nigga, I know you see me, and he just keep going on typing calculator, whatever. And I'm like, yo, relax, bro. I was St. Thomas. He said, no, can't relax. Time is money. Time is money. And he just moving hella fast, and I'm thinking to myself, I said, God damn, nigga. I ain't never even seen a fiend move like this. I ain't never seen nobody move like this, nigga. Not even a bobblehead. That shit was insane. But I learned right then and there the type of mindset Amalek has. Right? I mean, I didn't know about the whole 1/3 of them being man lovers and woman lovers. You know? And then First Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lasciviousness. I know I read this before. Lasciviousness. I ain't mean I read it out loud. I mean, I know I read it. Lasciviousness. All right, boom. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness. Lust, lasciviousness is different. Look, it's a comma after lasciviousness, all right? I don't know what the hell going on with that word right now. Just gonna throw that out there. When we walked in lasciviousness, I probably did. Lust, definitely. Excessive wine, all kinds of wine, I did. Revelings, I'm not really sure what that means. See, when we think of understanding these scriptures, we have to remember that the New Testament was written in, you have to translate it in Greek, Latin, Hebrew. Okay? You have to see what the definitions meant in Greek, Latin, Hebrew, not American, not Webster. Webster wasn't around back then. And when it comes to the Old Testament, you have to establish what the meaning of the word is in Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, not this ishy stuff. So I don't know what the hell going on right now with those two words. Banquetings, and abominable idolatries. So I have learning to do. I have research to do. I have to learn. All right. And if I learn what those words mean, I'll be learning about me. You know what? Some people trust in the zodiac. But if I just Google those words, if I learn those words, I'll learn about me. And I'll learn about my people. Right? Going after the way of the Gentiles, the way of the Gentiles. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1, beloved, believe not every spirit. We have a lot of Israelite camps out here. You have Israelites that look like the Gentiles. You have Gentiles that look like Israelites. Right? Now, First John chapter 4, verse 1, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh. Not whether they are of God. It's a whole lot of gods, and those spirits are whatever God they think they are. Right? If your woman think, if your baby mama think that you gonna burn in hell, within that spirit is of the spirit of whatever, some false god, and that's just what it is. Man. You try the spirit by the spirit, and then you see what the spirit is of. It's the spirit of a false god. Baby back, sweet baby back, rare baby Jesus. Angel back, angel baby. Angel baby is rare baby. Angel baby rare baby Jesus. First John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh. Because many false prophets are going out into the world. It said many. It said many. Can you add up how many is? No. You can't. A prophet, the prophesy means you say something gonna happen and it don't happen. Yo, you go to that club tonight, yo, it's gonna get shot up, yo. I gotta feel it. Nobody got shot up, I'm a false prophet. The club didn't get shot up, false prophet. A prophet say something gonna happen, girl, you can do whatever you want. You know that man's still gonna be there for you and them kids. She was a false prophetess. Sorry. You believe the prophecy, false prophet, false prophetess. You got finessed. Finesse. If you're broke, not my business. It's not. You got finesse. It is what it is. All right. You got to try the spirit of the spirit to see whether they are God. All right. That is. No. Because many false prophets are going out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that, it says, Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. And every spirit that confesseth not that it says Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. So over 2,000 years ago, the Antichrist was already in the world. Now, that's why it was that's why the Church of Berea was commended. The people of Berea was commended. The churches is assembly of people. That's why the people of Berea, the assembly of Berea was commended, because they studied. Now in today's time, we don't know nothing. America don't teach you. America teach you how to be a good dumb slave. Don't get too smart now. All right. So because Americans aren't taught anything, we don't know that the letter J is only 500 years old. So how can you be saved in no other? How can no one be saved in no other name? And then all of a sudden, everybody going by this new name, by a new letter that was created, and now everybody thinking they can be saved by that name. It doesn't make sense. That means it's a false prophet. Right? The letter J is only 500 years old. All right? It's a false prophet. Right? So every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua has come into the world, and has come into the flesh, is not of God. Right? That's why IUIC is all the way off. They're not of God. They definitely rep the color purple. They definitely know how to form letters in the field out Baltimore. This is weird, man. This is weird, man. I would hate to be around y'all motherfuckers in the streets, man. Not that y'all was in the streets, but just like even around you, like at a cookout or something. This is weird, man. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, we are yet in this day. Let's get it. We're winning. It's taking too long. Let's get it. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. So the 12 tribes of Israel are scattered all across the world for a curse and a reproach. Right? And to be subject to payments. All right, so he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right, Esau, Edom has put us in captivity all throughout the earth, sold us to other nations and so forth. Esau, Edom is going to go into captivity all throughout the earth. He's going to be a super slave. Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. All right, so as it is written, he that leadeth to captivity should go into captivity. And as it is written, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right, so Esau, Edom, you know, you got something coming for you, man. That's all I can say. All right? You definitely got something coming for you. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered I don't do this enough to think to bring some water. I don't. It's my judgment. The book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues, because her plagues are unleashed upon the earth as we speak. They're here. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right, so he that leadeth to captivity should go into captivity, but you're going to go into captivity double. You're going to be a super slave. Right? Super slave. And you won't get a super break. I was thinking earlier, I was like, this little ass piece of gold. I said, I'm going to have bigger bars of gold. And then I said, I'm going to put gold in a sock. Knock Esau upside. I'm going to beat you upside the head with a sock full of gold. I will. I'm going to do it. That's what I mean when I say I will. It will happen. One day. Lord willing. I'll have a strong sock. Revelation chapter 18. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. So it's going to take a lot of work to top what you did, Esau. If you just type in some of the punishment that the 12 tribes of Israel has endured, I'm not even going to say the slaves, because you got the so-called Native Americans, you got the so-called South and Central America, you got the so-called West Indies islands, you got the so-called what you did on the slave ship on the way over here. So I'm not even going to get specific and try to give Judah or no type of glory. You just all about Judah. Nah, man. It's 12 tribes, man. So 12 times 2 is 24, Esau. Double unto you. You got judgment on the grade level of 24. On a point system, 24. The book of Revelation, isn't that good for life? The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her, and ain't that America? Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. All right, all these nations are getting ready. They're going to bomb up. All right, Putin already said it. You got North Korea, and North Korea, he done built a foxhole for North Korea to bust out of. All right, this is about, yo, man, if I did not know these scriptures, I would not be in America. I'm telling you straight up. And I really wouldn't care where I was, but I wouldn't be here. I'm telling you straight up. I wouldn't do it. Especially with it being so little time left. Right? So little time left. Because it's like a firework, right? First of all, you gotta light the firework for the fuse to even start burning. But then the firework has to go up in the air, right? Then it has to pop. And depending on the type of firework you have, depending on how many times it pops while it's in the sky. Right? Now the popping in the sky is all the judgments and prophecies and the finale, right? Well, that firework already took off and went up in the sky. Now, who am I to say that one light already went off already? As far as you know, one explosion. The pop-ins are already happening from the firework. Just waiting for the grand finale of the fireworks show. Yeah, I can't see. Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. So we got death, mourning, lamentation and woe, and famine in one day. And she shall be utterly burnt with fire. Who is she? The whole country of America. That's why that's why the image the prophet saw was, he only could describe it as a lake of fire because the whole continent was on fire. So it just looked like it was just a lake of fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Revelation chapter 13. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy, it's kind of hard to see, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that is the time that we are fastly approaching. Bawa'ah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah. Bawa'ah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah. Bawa'ah Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, Baba Shah. Bawa'ah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah. Bawa'ah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah, Baba Shah. I learned the word today. Bawa'ah. It means come. It means enter. And something else I forgot. Shalom. I don't know how to cut this thing off. I can't see it. Damn way. What do you do? What do you do? How do I do it? Start a poll. Save highlights. Share. Mute microphone. Let me see. I can flip it around. Hold on. I'm seeing something. I never did this before. Okay. Shalom.